What's up everyone, Tristan Respress here. So lately I've been getting a lot of requests to make some longboarding tutorials, and today we're going to start with the basics. We're going to be talking about how to push, how to stand, and how to stop on a longboard. Let's go! Alright, so let's start off with how to stand on a longboard. You got two different stances. You got the regular stance and a goofy stance. The regular stance is where your left foot's going to be in front, and then goofy stance is where your right foot's going to be in front. Me, myself, I'm personally a goofy rider, so most of the time you're going to see my right foot in front. But Tristan, I don't know if I'm a regular goofy rider. How can I tell? It's very easy, guys. There's a couple ways you can do it. One of my favorite ways is you have a friend push you from the back without warning, and whatever foot you put in front first naturally is gonna be your front foot when skating. So if someone were to push me from the back and I put my right foot down first, that's gonna be my natural foot, so I'll be riding goofy. If I were to naturally put my left foot first, I'll be riding regular. You can also do it other ways, like you just lean forward and whatever foot you catch yourself with also works. So let's try that real quick. Yeah, I put my right foot down. Another way you can go about doing this to see if you're regular or goofy is also sliding. So you know, like if you have socks on and you're on a wooden floor and you just run and you go for that slide, whatever foot you put in first, that's gonna be your natural foot. So for me, it's usually my right foot because I'm a goofy rider, but let's try it. Yeah, I know, there's no hardwood floor and I have shoes on, so whatever. Yeah, it's not really a smart idea to do it on the ground like that, but you get the point. Since we just went over riding in regular or goofy, let's talk about your foot placement on the board. All right, for standing on the board, usually my back foot is perpendicular with the board, so it's gonna be straight like that. And then my other foot, my front foot's gonna be kind of like at a 45-degree angle, like so. You're going to be changing the orientation of your front foot a lot because when you're pushing, you're actually going to be moving your front foot parallel to the board so you can actually push. But once you have both feet on the board, you just want to practice balancing on the board. So just stand on the board for a little bit. Once you're comfortable, you can start riding around. And it really comes down to practice. The more you longboard, the better you will get with the balance on your longboard. You'll become one with the board. Also notice how my foot kind of hangs off the rails of the longboard. You also want to keep your feet shoulder length apart or a little bit wider just to have more stability on the longboard. And that's standing on a longboard. There's also different positions you can do. So this is my front foot, my right foot's my front foot, my left foot's my back foot. There's also a position called nollie, which pretty much you're up here on the board. This is my front foot, I'll be going this way, and I'm riding in the regular position, but I'm just moved up on the board. And then there's also the position called Fakie, which is exactly the same as nollie, but you're riding switch. So I'll be riding this way. I'm still going this way. I'm just riding in a switch position in the front of the board. So for me, it's usually like I'm goofy, so right foot's forward, going that way. Nollie, boom, I'm in the front of the board. Now if I want to ride regular, it's going to be a switch position for me. That's what they call a switch position. Switch position is going to be this way. My left foot's going to be the front foot and I'll be going that way. And if I want to ride Fakie, it's just a switch position, but I'm in the front of the board, so my left foot's in the front and I'm going that way. Some tricks are easier to learn Fakie and other tricks are easier to learn nollie. It's just whatever feels comfortable to you. Now let's talk about pushing on a longboard. For pushing on a longboard, it's very similar to what you would do if you were to use a scooter. So if you've ever used a scooter before, just think about that motion. If not, it's kind of like walking. But all you want to do is you're on the board, so this is going to be my front foot, this right foot closer to you. And you see how it's in that 45-degree position I was talking about? When you're pushing, you're going to move your foot from that 45-degree position to 90. So you're going to go like parallel with the board. Then you're going to grab your back foot and you're going to be in this position right here. That's where you can start pushing. All you want to do is just push on the ground. Don't forget to bend your knees, that's very important. But just go around and start pushing. And then after you're done pushing, if you want to get back on your board, all you got to do is just shift your foot back to that 45-degree position and then bring your back foot back onto the board like so. You can, if you want to, push with your front foot. This is called mongo, so it's going to be looking kind of like this. My left foot's my back foot, and I'll be going like that. You can push mongo if you want to, but trust me, it's going to be a lot easier if you just push with your back foot and have your front foot on the board. Now, since we just talked about standing and pushing on a longboard, you might want to learn how to stop on a longboard. So let's get right into it. So for stopping on a longboard, there's a few ways you can go about doing that. I'll show you a couple ways. You can either jump off your board, and I'd probably jump off to the side and run. Roll off into some grass until you stop, or learning how to do the foot brake. I'll teach you how to do that right now. So the foot brake is pretty similar to pushing on a longboard, except for you're not pushing, you're just putting your foot down to brake. It might take you a few times to actually get this down, but once you got it, you can start braking. Also be prepared to ruin the bottoms of your shoe. This is what the foot brake looks like. The best way to practice the foot brake is to balance on one leg. once you have that motion down, then you can start putting your foot down. Over time, your body's gonna get used to the motion, and now you learn how to stop on a longboard. If I missed something, leave it down in the comment section down below so other people can see it. I hope this video helps you out. If it did, share it around with others. But besides that, y'all take care.
I don't wanna, oh my gosh. I don't wanna.